ओ हो सुदीप दादा जल्दी आ गए। आज तो फुल उन्होंने कल ही बोले थे ट्रेंड बोल्ट मारने वाला है। प्रीटी श्योर उन्होंने उतावले हो रहे थे ये बताने की ट्रेंड बोल जिस तरीके से बॉलिंग कर आज 100%। क्यूरियोसिटी खत्म, सब हजम, पैसा हजम। पाकिस्तान गोइंग बैक टू कराची, गोइंग बैक टू पाकिस्तान आफ्टर नॉट बीइंग, आई थिंक कोई भी तरीके से क्वालिफाई करना नामुमकिन ही है उनके लिए, बिकॉज दे नीड टू गेट इंग्लैंड आउट फॉर अबाउट 13 रन एंड पोस्ट अ टारगेट ऑफ 300 एंड अबव। तो मुश्किल है पाकिस्तान के लिए। आई मीन ऑन पेपर अगर आप बोले दे नॉट आउट राइट नाउ, बट दे आर कंप्लीटली आउट ऑन टर्म्स ऑफ द पॉसिबिलिटी एंड चांसेस। श्रीलंका आज फिर पोअर परफॉर्मेंस फ्रॉम देम, उनकी लोअर ऑर्डर मधुशंका एंड तीक्षणा का जो पार्टनरशिप था अच्छा खासा, बेचारे 170 तक रेंगते लेके गए, but they managed to bat almost their 50 overs, and credit to the Tikshana and Madhushanka. And then bowling थोड़ी ना, maybe अगर एक 240 230 बनाती थी श्रीलंका, it would have probably been an interesting match, but अभी के हिसाब से सेमीफाइनल्स आपके हो चुके हैं सेट। India is going to play New Zealand, South Africa is going to play Australia in Eden Gardens, and India is going to play in Mumbai in the Wankhede. Makes it a very tough semi-final obviously for India. पाकिस्तान रहती भी तो ईडन गार्डन में थोड़ा बहुत सोच सकते थे। आई मीन नॉट टू टेक एनीथिंग अवे फ्रॉम पाकिस्तान, बट न्यूजीलैंड इज द बिगर बेटर ऑप्शन, बिगर बेटर ऑपोजिशन राइट नाउ। डर तो होगा ऑब्वियसली, न्यूजीलैंड जैसी टीम है एंड जिस तरीके से वापस फॉर्म में आ रही है। 400 ट्रॉट हारे उनला, बट जिस तरीके से हारे आप देखो, इंडिया से भी क्लोज क्वार्टर्स में ऑलमोस्ट हारे, ऑस्ट्रेलिया से 388 चेस करते हुए हारे। तो न्यूजीलैंड इज नॉट द मोस्ट we're not the most looking forward to this semi-final because of what we've seen in the past. 2019 भी आप याद करो, न्यूजीलैंड ही वो टीम थी जो हमारे को हराई थी। तो न्यूजीलैंड इज गोइंग टू बी अ वेरी स्केरी ऑपोजिशन। डर हो रहा है कि न्यूजीलैंड आ चुकी है सेमीफाइनल में। पाकिस्तान से तो भी थोड़ा बहुत हो सकता है कि हाँ भाई पाकिस्तान हमारे को कभी हरा ही नहीं है एंड व्हाटएवर, वो सब हिस्ट्री अगर हम निकालें, लेकिन अभी के हिसाब से न्यूजीलैंड इज देयर। आई मीन केन विलियमसन, क्रेडिट टू हिम, इंजरी के बाद वापस आके जिस तरीके से कप्तान कैप्टनसी हैंडल करा उन्हें, ही इज बॉट बैक दैट थिंग। रचिन रविंद्र, दिस गाय इज अनदर यंगस्टर जो he's come through the ranks बोल सकते हैं। उन्हें फायर है यार, वो जिस तरीके से आके वर्ल्ड कप 2 हाथ से उन्हें क्लच करा, बिकमिंग द हाईएस्ट स्कोर अंडर 23 या समथिंग इन द वर्ल्ड कप हिस्ट्री। इन्हें जिस तरीके से 500 प्लस रन मार चुका है रचिन रविंद्र। एंड या न्यूजीलैंड को जिस तरीके का परफॉर्मेंस होना था आज उन लोगों ने वो परफॉर्मेंस दिया, एंड सेमीफाइनल का स्पॉट अभी तक बोल सकते हैं हाँ भाई पाकिस्तान अफगान, बट देयर इज नो चांस यार। अफगानिस्तान पाकिस्तान इज आउट ऑफ दिस थिंग। पाकिस्तान हैव टू स्कोर 300 रन्स एंड गेट इंग्लैंड आउट फॉर 13 रन्स। अगर आप इंग्लैंड का देखें, दे हैव अ चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी स्पॉट राइट नाउ। इफ इंग्लैंड लूज एंड बांग्लादेश विन, आई थिंक बांग्लादेश गोस टू द चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी। तो बांग्लादेश का भी बनता है अभी चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी स्पॉट। बट या ओवरऑल पिक्चर यही है कि भाई इंडिया इज गोइंग टू प्ले। Yeah, मैं टाइम टू गो टू बॉम्बे। पंटर तुम्हारे लिंक्स निकालो, टिकटा निकालो, सब निकालो। बुक माई शो पे टिकटों के लिए रुके हुए हैं, अभी चल रहा है। आई थिंक अभी आ गए हैं टिकट्स ऑन बुक माई शो फॉर द सेमीफाइनल एज वेल। इट्स वेरी अनोइंग बिकॉज वो क्यू में रुकना पड़ता आपको, एंड 1 hour 90 minutes ऐसा कुछ आपको 1.5 hours तक रखता। बट we're back in the Wankhede, we're back there. India versus New Zealand, this is giving me already hebat ho rahi because New Zealand, I don't want to face New Zealand, man. They're very big, very good opposition, and they've lost close counters. आप देख लो पाकिस्तान न्यूजीलैंड, आप देख लो न्यूजीलैंड ऑस्ट्रेलिया इन धर्मशाला 388, they almost chased it down. So this team is very good. Fielding side spectacular. ट्रेंड बोल जिस तरीके से बॉलिंग करा रचिन रविंद्र, they've got incredible मिडिल ऑर्डर बॉलर जो है डेरिल मिचेल ऑलराउंडर है। तो कहीं ना कहीं से इन लोगों के रन आ सकते हैं। दे आर नॉट एन इजी टीम टू फेस, एंड वानखेड़े इज अ गुड प्लेस। थोड़ा बहुत मूवमेंट बोला तो they'll be dangerous. They have a good batting, like a deep batting lineup as well. They've got hitters, they've got Devin Conway, they've got a good opening squad, they've got Tom Latham. So they're a very balanced squad है New Zealand के, and they're a very calm side. That makes it more tension because ध्रुव भाई टिकट गिव अवे करो भाई, टिकट गिव अवे, वो भी सेमीफाइनल का। अगर मेरे पास होते तो ऑनेस्टली एक्स्ट्रा या कुछ, अभी तो मेरे पास खुद की टिकट नहीं है। मुस्तफा भाई के पास टिकट अगर होती तो मे बी वुड हैव डन समथिंग, बट अभी तो भाई कसम से बोल सकते हो टिकट है भी नहीं हम लोग के पास। we're trying for tickets, we're trying book my show, we're trying everything that we can, and if we get it then yeah, if we get extra, why not? Like we definitely want that for all our viewers. कुछ तो भी हम भी करना चाहेंगे to give them back for the love and support that they've showed the channel throughout the World Cup, I think. और अभी तो काफी है, एक आध और हफ्ता है वर्ल्ड कप को। we're going to be waiting till 19th obviously यहाँ वर्ल्ड कप डिस्कस करने हैं, probably उसके बाद एक आध 2 दिन। but that semi-final one is just giving me goosebumps. India versus New Zealand, South Africa versus Australia doesn't get bigger than this. I mean, it's become huge semi-finals in the history of the World Cup. यार, it's just going to be too much. IPL की करना, yeah, let's see through by IPL के लिए तो we can try and do something. होपफुली बिकॉज बुक माई शो पे आईपीएल के टिकट्स इजियर मिल जाते हैं आपको, सो व्हाई नॉट। हमें डेफिनेटली, आई एम नॉट गिविंग यू अ प्रॉमिस, बट हमारे अगर क्या बोल सकते हैं कंट्रोल में मैं रहा अगले साल तक यहाँ पे, तो डेफिनेटली हम कुछ तो भी सोचेंगे गिव अवे के लिए, मर्चेंडाइज के लिए, जो भी हमारी तरफ से होगा, बिकॉज डेफिनेटली आप लोग हमारे साथ जुड़ते भी, डेफिनेटली वुड लाइक टू गिव बैक। होपफुली ज़्यादा नए कंटेंट, ज़्यादा नई चीज़ करने की कोशिश करेंगे ये साल के एंड तक और होपफुली नेक्स्ट ईयर आईपीएल तक। बट फैक्ट ऑफ द मैटर ये है राइट नाउ दैट इंडिया मस्ट बी अ लिटिल बिट नर्वस एज फैंस। आप लोग बोलो न्यूजीलैंड की एंट्री आप लोगों को कैसे दिख रही इनटू द सेमीफाइनल? वुड यू हैव बीन हैप्पियर विद द पाकिस्तान टीम अगेंस्ट इन ईडन गार्डन्स, और आर यू हैप्पी विद न्यूजीलैंड? ऑब्वियसली सेमीफाइनल इज ऑब्वियसली गोइंग टू बी क्रूशियल फॉर एवरी इंडियन फैन। हर इंडियन फैन हैबत खाएगा कि भाई सेमीफाइनल का टाइम आ गया। ये वही टाइम है जो हर कोई सोच रहा था कि बॉस क्या होने वाला है, इंडिया सेमीफाइनल पार कर पाएगा। 2015 2019 यहीं पे आके अटक रही इंडिया ग्रुप स्टेजेस, 9 कॉन्सिक्यूटिव विन हो जाएगा, अनडिस्प्यूटेड हो जाएंगे, विल द फर्स्ट लॉस खुदा न खास्ता कम in the semi-final? We're just looking at chances to see two finalists. Yeah, that's a very good point, Punter. Either India, Australia, or either New Zealand and Australia. And to be fair, I mean, the way New Zealand is playing cricket right now and the way Australia is playing, but South Africa, again, like, is it their chance? Will they finally be coming through the ranks and coming into the final of the World Cup and removing that choker stagger? They have a very good chance to do that. I think जिस तरीके से उन लोगों का है, their history with Australia right now, it's a very big rivalry. Everybody has a chance to redeem their past, ghost बोल सकते हैं, या past, problem जो है, like for India, New Zealand has been a bogey team. For South Africa, Australia has been a bogey team. So they have an ability and chance to make things right. जो भी over the years, जहाँ पे आके अटके, maybe वो अटकने का, finally they can move through to the final. So I'm looking forward to these two semi-finals because like South Africa can potentially come into the final if they play the way they've been playing throughout the tournament. अगर क्विंटन डिकॉक को स्टार्ट मिल गया, अगर हेनरी क्लासन, अगर एडन मार्करम, अगर ये लोग चल गए साउथ अफ्रीका के लिए, तो ऑस्ट्रेलिया का लाइफ टफ बना सकते, बिकॉज they've got decent fast bowlers. Coates जी है, they've got Marco Jansen, spectacular all-rounder. They've got a lot of firepower. South Africa this time around, very confident stand. Temba Bavuma, very capable captain. तो नहीं बोल सकते. I mean, South Africa and for Australia equally, they're also very good side. Two brilliant semi-finals to look forward to. I mean, yes, Pakistan नहीं है. I would say कि भाई they deserve not to also be there in a hindsight. अगर आप देखो, because they could have, अगर वो साउथ अफ्रीका का मैच जीत जाते, अगर वो लोग अफगानिस्तान का मैच जीत जाते, they would have had it very comfortable यार. But when you can't have like, yes, कुदरत का निज़ाम and all of these things, हमने दिमाग में बन रहा था ये चीज़, ये बन रही थी कि भाई बारिश हो जाएंगी, ये हो जाएंगी, आ जाएंगी पाकिस्तान. बट लाइक रियलिस्टिकली अगर आप दिल पे हाथ रखो, पाकिस्तान में भी जस्ट डिडंट डिजर्व टू कम एट दिस टाइम, बिकॉज यार अफगानिस्तान से आप हार गए, आप साउथ अफ्रीका से हार गए, इंडिया के हार के बाद आप 4 बैक टू बैक हार गए. इंडिया से हारे आप, ऑस्ट्रेलिया के हारे आप, साउथ अफ्रीका से हारे आप, एंड देन अफगानिस्तान से हारे. दैट clearly shows that Pakistan really lost one game too many. अगर वो लोग अफगानिस्तान या साउथ अफ्रीका का गेम जीत जाते, 10 पॉइंट अभी टेबल पे रहते एंड जस्ट इंग्लैंड का मैच पार करना पड़ता था. बट अगेन जो तरीके से दे हैड टू क्वालिफाई, वो चीज़ हो रहे थे, हालांकि यस थोड़े बहुत चीज़ें हुए, बट आज बारिश हुई नहीं, और आज न्यूजीलैंड जीत गए एंड इंग्लैंड के अगेंस्ट भाई लाइक बहुत ज़्यादा मार्जिन, बहुत ज़्यादा है, लाइक 13 रन से इंग्लैंड को 13 रन में ऑल आउट करने का है और 300 का टोटल बनना है. तो कहीं ना कहीं पाकिस्तान, I think rightfully New Zealand deserved to probably to be in the spot. The 2 losses or 3-4 losses on the trot जो न्यूजीलैंड को है, अगर आप कंपैरिजन करो पाकिस्तान के, न्यूजीलैंड gave a fight over there. I mean Pakistan did give a fight in the South Africa match, but apart from that they've not been the greatest. एंड उसके बाद अगर आप न्यूजीलैंड का देखो, ऑस्ट्रेलिया के अगेंस्ट 388, एंड उसके बाद आप उनका अदर इंडिया के अगेंस्ट जो परफॉर्मेंस देखो, वो भी अच्छा खासा था. तो इंडिया न्यूजीलैंड, मैन, दिस इज गिविंग मी, अभी से डर हो रहा मेरे को. वानखेड़े स्टेडियम जो तरीके से है, व्हाट वी सीन राइट नाउ, वानखेड़े अलग रही. इट्स नॉट क्या मार कर सकते, यस थोड़ा बहुत आप देखो लाइट्स के अंदर बॉल मूव होती, वी सीन द स्पिनर्स कम इनटू प्ले. So Wankhede has become a very different kind of a ground from what it was in the IPL at least. So अभी अपन नहीं बोल सकते भाई क्या होने वाला है. Yes, I believe in this Indian squad. I believe जो quality of cricket India खेल रही है right now, there is no team खरीब. बट इंडिया का प्रॉब्लम हमने को मालूम है कि सेमीफाइनल में ये प्रॉब्लम होता है इंडिया को. यहाँ पे आके इंडिया कहीं ना कहीं जो विनिंग मोमेंटम है या विनिंग फॉर्मूला है वो चेंज करना है. सो आई होप ये टेम्पलेट ना चेंज करे इंडिया. आई होप रोहित शर्मा डजंट स्टॉप बीइंग एग्रेसिव. आई होप विराट कोहली डजंट थिंक ये रोहिराट जो है या रोहित जो कॉम्बिनेशन आप बताना चाहे, जो भी नाम देना चाह रहे हैं, अब दे हैव टू परफॉर्म इन द सेमीफाइनल. इट्स ऑन दीज 2 सीनियर प्लेयर्स जिससे कॉन्फिडेंस निकल के आएंगे. खुदा ना खास्ता, मेरे को लग रहा है रोहित और विराट दोनों जल्दी आउट हो गए, देन ये श्रेयस, केएल राहुल, मे बी दे हैव द मेंटालिटी टू प्ले इन इनिंग्स, बोल रहा हूँ, बट वो जो प्रेशर शोकिन का मेंटालिटी है राइट नाउ, दे it heavily depends upon Rohit and Virat. And I mean, New Zealand is a squad that can, you know, kill India on their day. If they want, they can smash everybody, and we've seen that right now with Sri Lanka. They bamboozled them completely, उन लोगों को one-sided मार दिया, and yeah, I think New Zealand is a very far stronger opposition right now than Pakistan. But yeah, so Pakistan is out, going back to Dubai or Karachi. I don't know where Punter is sending them, but
Punter is on.
पंटर इज आई मेरा वो बन गया भाई थंब रूल के भाई पंटर पहले मैं थंबनेल नहीं बनाता पहले मैं पंटर को बुलाता हूँ तो पंटर इज देयर इन द कमेंट्स बट या आई मीन पोटेंशियली द टीम मोर डिजर्व्ड टीम वन or got through in New Zealand.
Yeah, New Zealand is a solid team, man. बहुत जबरदस्त team है, and I think it's a very dangerous team going into the knockouts. खुली बात है, whatever the situation, whatever injuries they have, they always make it to the knockouts. And you know, from the batting to the bowling, they have a set plan. They have a proper squad, and I'm not even talking about a squad of 15. I'm talking about 20, 25. If there is injuries, there are people slotting in. They have a proper game plan. जो youngsters को भी groom करते हैं उन लोग, it's been really good. और ये players कहाँ से आते हैं हमारे को भी नहीं मालूम, but they have proper experience and proper talent, New Zealand, and it's going to be a very dangerous game. I'm saying 50-50 from now. People will say India were favorites and everything. I'm not going to say that because I did that in 2019. I asked my cousin to book the final as well because India will make it, and he had to go. He still watched an amazing final, but India wasn't there. So I'm not going to make that mistake. I think it's going to be 50-50. This is the hardest team for India to play in a semi-final. मेरे हिसाब से. People will say Australia, of course. I understand why, but मेरे हिसाब से New Zealand is the toughest. You beat New Zealand, the World Cup is very close. Of course, you're in the final, but
in terms of psychological advantage, I get.
आप देखो ग्रुप स्टेज में भी फंस गए थे इंडिया लाइक ऑन 2-3 occasions in that game, and it is a team that likes to play against India. Trent Bolt swinging it in the Wankhede second innings, man, that's
under lights it does move over there, and that's what we've been saying. Batting भी न्यूजीलैंड के आज देख सकते हैं आप, डेवन कॉनवे if he gets going they can create damage. अगर you know जसिन रविंद्र भाई वो बंदा तो रुक रहा नहीं, मुस्तफा उन्हें तो 86 भी मार दिया आज, and he keeps saying extended family रहती बैंगलोर में बोल के extended बोल के मार दे रहा है इंडिया में हर पिच में. तो न्यूजीलैंड and India, that's one clash, and then Australia, South Africa. So chances to redeem themselves over the past mistakes. India have one opportunity against New Zealand, and South Africa have one opportunity against Australia.
Yeah, I think so. That is the semi-final I really want to watch. South Africa, Australia, 99 का revenge है, बहुत जबरदस्त मैच होने वाला है वो. Two really good sides, very good batting sides too. Bowling as well, they have experienced bowlers. तो वो मेरे लिए like ज़्यादा मजेदार सेमीफाइनल दिख रहा है. Of course, India New Zealand will be good, but this South Africa Australia, it is a rivalry. It's something that's been intense over the years since we've been watching World Cups. That is the rivalry that we're always looking at. तो वो ज़्यादा like मेरे लिए एक्साइटिंग मैच रहेगा. और ध्रुव भाई बोल रहे कि टिकट्स का गिव अवे कराओ. बिल्कुल, अगर फैस का टिकट मिला तो मैं आपको दे दूंगा, like 100%. हम लोग चले जाएंगे कल,
टिकट ले लूंगा.
मेरा भी आपको दे दूंगा बिकॉज कलकत्ता हम चले जाएंगे सेमीफाइनल देखने. मैं अभी भी डिसाइड नहीं कर रहा अगर हम लोग बॉम्बे जा रहे हैं कलकत्ता, बिकॉज वो भी बहुत अच्छा सेमीफाइनल है.
सेमीफाइनल तो अच्छे ही हैं दोनों, एंड या ऑन पेपर आई थिंक बोथ ऑफ देम तगड़े टीमा हैं. व्हाट मैक्सवेल डिड एंड बॉट ऑस्ट्रेलिया इनटू द सेमीफाइनल, व्हाट लाइक आई थिंक केन विलियमसन का वापसी काफी जरूरी था. न्यूजीलैंड को कहीं ना कहीं बिखर जा रहे थे उनका विदाउट केन विलियमसन, बट केन विलियमसन, दिस गाय इज अ फैंटास्टिक कैप्टन. नथिंग दैट Tom Latham did wrong, but I think it's always good to have your experienced players. Someone like Kane Williamson coming, take them up 20, the क्या बोलते मेज जो जीता था केन विलियम्स की कैप्टनसी, उसमें भी आपको दिखाई दी. होशियार आदमी है जो मुस्तफा परसों आप याद है डेरिल मिचेल को लाए थे, लाइक दिस गाय द जीनियस. उन्होंने डेरिल मिचेल को मिडिल ओवर्स में लाके जस्ट टू गेट अ विकेट फ्रॉम समवेयर. सो दिस गाय डज सर्टेन थिंग्स दैट आपको नहीं दिखाई देंगे एविडेंटली, एंड फील्ड प्लेसमेंट उसके सॉलिड है. न्यूजीलैंड की फील्ड से मुस्तफा जो बोल रहा है कंप्लीटली एग्री कि भाई ये बहुत सॉलिड सेमीफाइनल हो गया इंडिया के लिए. India is on like another level right now in terms of cricket, but when its semi-final comes, India tend to change their template. Hopefully they don't do that.
नहीं, वो level एक हो जाएगा सेमीफाइनल के दिन. अब वो देखना पड़ेगा कि
because ना आप ये 9 consecutive wins, अगर अभी तो नेदरलैंड्स को हराना, but ना आप ये 8 consecutive wins लेके जाएंगे सेमीफाइनल में, ना आपके पास प्लेऑफ के अपॉर्चुनिटी है कि आप एक और बार अपॉर्चुनिटी लेंगे. It's straight knockout, so everything becomes a plain field. सब बराबर, सब भूल जाओ पास का, और आज सेमीफाइनल में जो खेल
And
गया.
I think of all stadiums, I would have avoided Bombay as a stadium to play New Zealand. That's another thing. I think अगर कोई भी stadium है India में that you wanted to play New Zealand, I don't think it would have been Bombay because there's something in for the seamers, for the batsmen as well. You can play your shots through the line. अच्छा विकेट आप मैक्सवेल की बैटिंग अगर देखें वो दिन इवन अफगानिस्तान जो बैटिंग करे इट्स अ गुड बैटिंग विकेट. इज समथिंग दैट न्यूजीलैंड विल एंजॉय. वहां पे रैंक टर्नर बनाना मुश्किल है और बनाना भी नहीं चाहिए बिकॉज सैंटनर ये सोधी उन लोग के पास भी है. दे हैव horses for courses. I think New Zealand. That's why for me they're the most dangerous side for India because उन लोग
लाइक फॉर
conditions
लाइक
के
है,
साथ.
लाइक फॉर लाइक है. इंडिया का जडेजा है, यहाँ रचिन रविंद्र है. You know they've got Trent Bolt. We don't have a left
Santner.
armer. We don't have a left arm fast bowler.
Yeah, Mitch
They can
Santner
get
and
Jameson for height and bounce.
yeah,
They
yeah.
can do that.
They have a solid and even the batting order right
Yeah.
now is flying. अभी कॉन्वे के रन्स ही नहीं आए बराबर. वो भी आएंगे तो फिर देखना पड़ेगा. लेकिन वो बहुत टक्कर का मुकाबला होगा इंडिया वर्सेस न्यूजीलैंड. Musti, if KL Rahul gets run out with a direct hit from square leg, we have to hit Shisha Licious. That's what happened, man. In 2019, we watched the semi-final all in our homes because the game started 5 बजे हमारे टाइम से सुबह में. तो हम लोग मैच सेकंड था राइट. द गेम फिनिश्ड बाय 9-10 AM. At 10:30 11 AM we all got together and chilled. Me, Punter, Ashish, Zuzu.
Chilled and calm down after that defeat.
Yeah, no, I think everyone was very upset that day. Didn't calm down. लोग तो क्रिकेट भी खेलना चाहे. मेरे को क्रिकेट भी खिला दिया वो दिन. मेरे का कोई मूड नहीं था क्रिकेट खेलने वो दिन. लेकिन वही है कि अब देखो इट्स ऑन द डे लाइक विजय क्या होगा क्या नहीं होगा. बट इफ यू आस्क्ड मी इफ देयर वाज अ टीम टू अवॉइड इट वुड हैव बीन न्यूजीलैंड. बट दिस मेक्स इट इवन मोर एक्साइटिंग बिकॉज़ देयर टू स्ट्रांग टीम्स इन दिस. फोर स्ट्रांग टीम्स
for Pakistan देखो भाई, everything had to go right for them. They were just asking too much at the end of the day. बस वही यार, अगर वो साउथ अफ्रीका अफगानिस्तान आइदर गेम जीत जाते हो फिर इंग्लैंड के ऊपर उनके ऊपर. अभी क्या है, नेचर को भी आप डिक्टेट करना एंड ऑल ऑफ दिस बहुत अनकंट्रोलेबल फैक्टर्स थे. एंड कहीं ना कहीं यार कमी हो गई उसमें पाकिस्तान के लिए. एंड आई थिंक दे जस्ट New Zealand did kind of deserve it at the end because they were the more like dominant team throughout this World Cup. Pakistan, yes, it was a good fight from them, but they just couldn't get to the finish line. 300 रन चाहिए पाकिस्तान को एंड 13 रन में इंग्लैंड को ऑल आउट करना है टू गेट. तो 13 रन में इंग्लैंड है बुरी, अभी इतनी भी बुरी नहीं है. But yeah, I mean, like
England will be up for it because Champions Trophy का spot है. They'll be up for
if
it.
they lose and Bangladesh win, I think Bangladesh go through the Champions.
मेरे हिसाब से देखो फिर से मैं ये स्टार्ट ऑफ द टूर्नामेंट बोला, मैं फिर से बोलूंगा. इफ दे वन द गेम्स दैट दे शुड हैव ऑन पेपर देन पाकिस्तान वुड हैव क्वालिफाइड. सिंपल एज दैट. आप अफगानिस्तान से हारे, वो मैच आपको जीतना था राइट. लाइक ऑन पेपर वो जीतना था मैच. नो मैटर व्हाट अफगानिस्तान बीन प्लेइंग गुड क्रिकेट एंड एवरीथिंग, बट इट वाज स्टिल अ सिंपल इक्वेशन फॉर पाकिस्तान. इवन इफ दे लॉस्ट टू साउथ अफ्रीका दे वुड हैव स्टिल qualified. So it comes down to that thing.
कहीं ना कहीं इंडिया के हार के बाद पाकिस्तान just took time to get back to their feet. आप देख लो, bowling was not the greatest. They kept having, they knew what the problem, margin of error गलत है, margin of error ज्यादा है. मतलब बहुत कम margin of, फिर भी आप width दे रहे, फिर भी आप fast डालने जा रहे. You know, आपकी 11 बराबर बैठी नहीं जब तक फकर की इंजरी सही नहीं हुई. So there were a lot of problems for Pakistan in this World Cup. And I mean again, then now there's going to be a lot of talk about board. And अब ये खत्म होते कि फिर शुरू हो जाएगा यार, इसकी कैप्टनसी दो, इसको नहीं दो. बेचारा ऑलरेडी I'm pretty sure बाबर आजम is working it in his head के क्या होने वाला है, कॉल उठाने वाले नहीं उठाने वाले. तो I mean कहीं ना कहीं जिस पाकिस्तान, अगर आप दिल पे हाथ रख के बोला, I don't think that they must have developed over New Zealand. Over New Zealand, they didn't deserve it.
Yeah, they would have if New Zealand lost today.
Yeah, I mean, then they had their own substitute.
Yeah, but यही है कि आप जब दूसरों के हाथों में डालते फिर ये तकलीफ तो रहेगा. Like you know that it's not in your control. And if Pakistan to chase, then how many overs? 2.5 I think. 2.5
like
overs. They have to 2.3.
It's 200 and 300 and like 2 overs. Like impossible mathematically.
Yeah, we have to now. I think it's India, New Zealand, Bombay, and South Africa, Australia,
That's
Calcutta.
about
वही
it.
है.
Like I mean, अपन उम्मीद लगा भी नहीं सकते. वरना अगर हाँ ऐसा होता कि भाई इंग्लैंड को आप एक 140, 150 में आउट करना है, वो सिचुएशन में आप सोच सकते थे कि हाँ भाई पाकिस्तान कर सकती होंगी. बट अभी तो बहुत मुश्किल है उस साल. लाइक कहीं ना कहीं से लाइक 300 रन पहले मारना, उसके बाद आप यू नो दो ओवर में 13 रन में आउट करना. लाइक इट्स टू मच हार्ड. लाइक द ऑड्स आर वेरी अगेंस्ट पाकिस्तान. अभी भी हाँ भाई पॉइंट सिस्टम में आउट नहीं है, बट दे आर मोर और लेस आउट.
अफगानिस्तान आल्सो आर गॉन.
अफगानिस्तान तो बेचारे यार, वो मैक्सवेल अगर वैसा मेहम नहीं करता वो जीत जाते. और कल का मैच बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग हो जाता अगर कल का अलाइव रहता था मैच. बट या अफगानिस्तान के लिए भी आई डोंट नो व्हाट द इक्वेशन फॉर अफगानिस्तान इज एग्जैक्टली, बट आई थिंक दे आर आल्सो आउट टेक्निकली.
मेरे को लाइक वो अभी सेमीफाइनल पे बहुत उम्मीद है बिकॉज़ ये अभी क्लोज मैचेस खाली 2-3 हुए. लाइक फॉर मी द प्रॉब्लम ऑस्ट्रेलिया अफगानिस्तान वाज द बेस्ट. पाकिस्तान साउथ अफ्रीका वाज गुड. But apart from that, there haven't been that many close games. Australia, New Zealand. So मेरे को semi-final से बहुत उम्मीद है. I really want them to have a very close game.
Exactly.
Yeah, Afghanistan will have to chase not even in 5 balls. Basically, both teams need to bat and score runs and lock the other team before in the dressing room before they come out for the second innings. मतलब yeah, एक ball भी खेल लिए तो खत्म है match. So they have to lock the team in.
बहुत like sad है. I mean दोनों टीम की डिपार्चर. अफगानिस्तान जिस तरीके से एंटरटेन करी हमारे को थ्रू आउट दिस वर्ल्ड कप, I think they punched just was way above their weight. They gave us some crazy moments when they beat England, when they beat Pakistan. That was also a very good match to watch. The way they rose after the India's defeat. India की defeat दिल्ली में जो तरीके से उन लोगों को बहुत बुरा मारी इंडिया, but उसके बाद they just got up quickly. They didn't have time to sit down. And then the way Shahidi came, captained, वो गुरबाज और इब्राहिम जदरान जो ऊपर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी से खेल, फिर रहमत शाह जो इन लोगों के लिए इंक्लूड हुए, and then the spin attack. I think Afghanistan has a lot of positives to take out from this World Cup.
100%. मतलब बेहतरीन क्रिकेट खेले. They challenged so many teams. Even the Australia game, they had Australia on the mat. मतलब to imagine if I told you 10 years ago Afghanistan will have Australia 90-7, nobody would have believed me. Like I wouldn't even believe myself. So they've really punched up the weight. बहुत बेहतरीन क्रिकेट खेले उन लोग. Entertain करे हम लोग को. सब individual performances. Even like जो batting उनकी improve हुई वो बहुत बड़ी बात है. So I think overall Afghanistan did a really good job. For the semi-finals, were you more confident in 2019 or in this going into this semi-final if you're an Indian fan?
I think I'll be, because the conditions are in India. We're playing in India. I'll be roaring in these conditions over England condition, because we know technically English conditions में थोड़ा struggle करते हैं Indian batsmen. But ये conditions में आपको Indian batsmen सिखा देंगे कि batting कैसा करना है.
But even in Wankhede.
Even in Wankhede. Rohit का local ground है. I'll be more backing Rohit. I know we saw Madhushankar get him out on the first ball, and
that is also a ground where India lost a semi-final too.
Yes, back in where? Semi-final?
Yeah. In 2016.
2020 वर्ल्ड कप. हाँ बराबर.
So मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ. मेरे को एक्चुअली ज्यादा कॉन्फिडेंस 2019 में था, बिकॉज मेरे को तब नहीं मालूम था मैट हेनरी ऐसा बॉलिंग करेगा नहीं करेगा.
बट मेरे को क्या बॉलिंग अटैक यहाँ पे बहुत सॉलिड है एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम. तो 11 में अगर आप देखो, इट्स लाइक एनीवन कैन विन द गेम फॉर यू दिस टाइम अराउंड. वैसा है मेरे लिए.
But when you look at the opposition, they're also bowling is very strong.
But like the way India is setting up opposition within 60 or 70 में 5 ले रहे, you don't see that with New Zealand. Is what I'm feeling. That's just probably maybe a little biased towards India, but the way Jasprit Bumrah is winning economical, holding one end, and then Shami and Siraj are counter-attacking from the other end. That is making life. They're trying to hit Shami and Siraj, but they're going to get out. Bumrah को तो आप मार नहीं सकते. कल Bumrah ये lens जो perfect करा, and Bumrah की return इसलिए more important है. 2019 में नहीं था Bumrah, था Bumrah. था yes था.
बुमराह भी था, शमी भी था.
But Siraj by wobbles to him.
वो भी था
यार.
बहुत बेहतरीन bowling lineup थी वो भी. Muchi would have caught that, and game was done and dusted. But hats off to the Afghanistan team.
Yeah. Done and dusted. But yeah, again, like Afghanistan, like slowly मसा जैसा बोला, Maxwell देख लिया opportunity, he sniffed कि भाई अफगानिस्तान प्रेशर में आ गए. मे बी अफगानिस्तान दिमाग में मेंटली बना लिए थे कि हम लोग गेम जीत गए, and they just took a step back. One step back, and like Maxwell took 201 steps forward, right? Like that's how it was.
Yeah, आप उसको एक मौका दे दिया तो होने जाके फिर फोड़ के रख दिया.
एक हाथ से मारा उन्हें, गोल स्विंग्स मारा उन्हें. भाई Maxwell like वो इनिंग्स कभी कोई बिलीव नहीं करेंगे. आई थिंक अगर आप उसको कोई किसी आदमी को जाके बोला आप ऐसा 201 रन मारे 7th 8th विकेट पार्टनरशिप पे 200 रन्स का पार्टनरशिप हुआ है समथिंग, नो वन गोना बिलीव दैट, बट it actually happened. And Afghanistan बिचारे, if they won that match, tomorrow's game would have been fire, bro. Like they had the opportunity, and they have good opportunity to beat South Africa with that spin attack, because South Africa is struggling against them.
हमारे को like वो nail biters होना
देंगे, nail biter
अभी तक हुआ ही नहीं यार. like semi-finals में होना चाहिए.
And up, but just purely from the semi-final fixtures, they look like nail biters, right?
Yeah. They're absolute top notch. बोलते नहीं like 5-star
cinematic experience.
5-star semi-finals है. This is exactly.
And you can't say one-sided है. आप ये हाँ India too good खेल रही बोल सकता है, but New Zealand is that opposition or that bogey team that you will be scared of New Zealand.
Also, Kane didn't play against us punter racing.
Yeah, Kane didn't play against us. That's a very good added inclusion, I think, when you see it in the middle order. But that's it. But like,
मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ, मेरे लिए तो 50-50 गेम है. दोनों 50-50 गेम है. अब आप न्यूजीलैंड ऑल आउट हो गए 100 पे, इंडिया blow them away, or if India choke, like that's all thing. But going into the matchup, both matchups, South Africa, Australia, India, New Zealand, मेरे लिए टक्कर के मुकाबले 50-50.
टक्कर के तो मुकाबले हैं बहुत.
India, you will give them maybe 1%. I mean, I would give them 1% edge just on because they're playing at home. But even that I will get rid of, because India have also lost at home in semis and quarters. So I will I won't really give that edge. It's completely different in the semi-finals.
100%, and that's what also one thing I was saying कि भाई रोहित शर्मा विराट कोहली particularly in that fixture have to step up. I don't care आप Netherlands against कमाल, but वो fixture में अगर रोहित शर्मा विराट कोहली नहीं step up करे बॉस, then बच्चे हैबत खा लेंगे, श्रेयस हैबत खा लेगा. I mean KL थोड़ा बहुत experience है from World Cup point of view, but सूर्य कुमार, श्रेयस अय्यर, शुभमन गिल ना पूरे first timers है. So I think when you have रोहित शर्मा, विराट कोहली aside you, अगर आप एंकरों को निकाल दिए, अगर आप विराट को निकाल दिए, बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम.
Yeah, and this is the same Williamson who's had the better of India quite a few times.
Yes.
2016 in Nagpur, 2019 in Manchester, 2021 in Dubai, and then I can't remember when, but yeah, he's had and the ICC World Test final.
Yes.
He's had the better of India there also. So this guy knows how to play against India. He knows how to get his team up for a big game. There will be no pressure on them
and
compared
that's
to
a very
expectations.
good fielding unit they're up against.
Yeah, they're outstanding fielding unit. They will save as many runs as possible, and that's why India have to be on the best of the game. Jo Shami, Bumrah, and Siraj, they can't. There's no margin for error. I think Kuldeep Bhai and Jadeja will also have a key role in this. And then your batting, like you said, the top three, one needs 100 in this game, or at least a big score, because against New Zealand in knockouts, when you've lost, your top three have not fired. बहुत जरूरी है.
And I think you would win the toss and want to bat first.
Yeah, ideally, I think you don't, because अब मुंबई का पूरा change होगा.
आप देख लो, इस wobble seam जो मारा था सिराज against श्रीलंका.
नॉर्मली बॉम्बे में आप चेस करना चाहते थे, लेकिन अभी इवन ऑस्ट्रेलिया ठीक है चेस कर दी थी अफगानिस्तान के अगेंस्ट, बट दे स्ट्रगल टू इन द चेस. सो आई थिंक बॉम्बे इज बिकमिंग अ बैट फर्स्ट विकेट इन दीस कंडीशंस, इन दिस वेदर. ये वेदर थोड़ा अलग है कंपेयर टू द आईपीएल वेदर, राइट?
Yep.
आई फील स्काई विल मेक द डिफरेंस. ही लव्स वांकड़े.
Yeah, Sky is local boy, like I think from UP originally, but he has been playing in Mumbai for quite some time. There's Shreyas Iyer also is a local lad. Sky का रोल I think वही रहना है जो अभी तक है. कम in the, अगर ज़्यादा out हो गया then he becomes sort of a place, changes his template. Apart from that, then he just tried getting more runs towards the end. अगर last 5 last 10 में आया, then he'll probably be that hitter role. But yeah, I mean it's a scary thought कि New Zealand obviously जो करे already, जो मुझसे बोले like 19 में 21 में against us in the Mace thing and whatever it is, Kane Williamson is a fantastic thing, but equally जो तरीके का India था, I've never seen India this dangerous against opposition. And like we always say, and what we've said on this channel as well, like people must, when we think about Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, I'm pretty sure everybody else must be shitting themselves that they want to play India as well.
Yeah, 100%. I think even if you look at New Zealand, but that's the one team I think they're okay with it.
You saw the press con, like post-match,
Trent Bolt,
they said, "नहीं, Trent Bolt and Kane को भी पूछे, you're going to play India." Or yeah, it's always good to play the host nation.
Yeah, I think that's
they
one
took it
team
in a very positive way.
They don't really. New Zealand is a team that they just look at on the day कि भाई ये करना ये करना ये करना. Because if I take you back to the Dharamshala game, there was
388 on the board against Australia.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the India New Zealand game. उसमें भी India weren't comfortable in that match. वो शमी का spell था, सब ठीक था, but overall New Zealand have ways to trouble India. That's what I feel. So India have to be at the best of the game. But yes, they're also in absolute great form. If you ask New Zealand, maybe India is the least favorite to play on form. But in terms of past and everything,
Australia.
they don't mind playing against
India.
India.
They'll be more worried about Australia in the final. 2015 repeat हो सकता है यहाँ पे. The final.
Or New Zealand, South Africa.
Or New Zealand, South Africa.
Or India,
or
Australia.
India,
India, South Africa.
2003 or 2015 or, well, those two are yet to qualify. Like New Zealand has qualified for the final, but South Africa is yet to get to that thing. So Joker's tag, will that be removed this year? Will this be the year of South Africa win or in India win? देखना पड़ेगा. But yeah, semi-final तो अब set हो गया. आप टिकट आप बुक कर सकते हो, होटल आप बुक कर सकते हो. अब थोड़े बहुत लोगों को कॉल करके बोल सकते हो इधर आ रहे हो उधर आ रहे हो. वरना अभी तक तो ये था कि भाई पाकिस्तान आ जाएंगी, अफगानिस्तान आ जाएंगी, इन्हें आ जाएंगी. सब सवालों के जवाब हो गए, कुदरत के निज़ाम भी हट गए, सब हट गए फॉर नाउ. अब आगे जाके देखना कि इंडिया का हाथ में, अब इंडिया की सेमीफाइनल है. नेदरलैंड्स का गेम इतना मैटर नहीं करेगा. यस, इट विल बी अ गुड प्रैक्टिस सेशन फॉर द गाइज. It'll be a good time off that they've got 1 week just before the semi-final, but they're going to play the first semi-final. That's also like one thing.
और आज भी अगर मैं मैच के बारे में बोला कि ट्रेंट बोल्ट की जो बॉलिंग थी बेहतरीन, and he is now looking
मारा था.
Yeah, all of it was that good length we've been talking about. India में no margin for error. बाज लोग full डालते, short डालते. He was bowling just on a good length. I think repeatedly one of the dismissals was it Kusal Perera or the one before that, he kept it just on a good length, 4-5 deliveries, and then he picked up the wicket. So his accuracy, his this movement he gets and everything is remarkable. Every condition में ऐसा नहीं है कि भाई खाली बोल्ट खेल सकता swinging conditions में. He is a top world class bowler. Trent
One
Bolt.
positive for New Zealand as well today was that Lockie Ferguson was hitting 145, 144. So that shows कि उन्हें fitness में आ गया. IPL में he was struggling with that, hitting the lengths, hitting the thing. But our Lockie Ferguson particularly अच्छा डाला. He was hitting his full tilt almost, and yeah, just in time, right? Just before the semi-final.
And he's actually a really good bowler in Indian conditions. I know this IPL he wasn't 100%, but the IPL before he was for me one of the man of the
traded, right?
series, huh?
From Gujarat to Kolkata, right?
Did he?
Yeah, he got traded, right?
Yeah, I think so. But when he was in Gujarat, in the IPL before, he was incredible. So he understands. Maybe this IPL he had a bad one, injury, this, that. But normally he's also a very good bowler in India. South Africa can take the revenge from Australia of the Clusner semi-finals.
Yeah. That's what it's going to be a semi-finals of revenge possibilities. South Africa on Australia, India on New Zealand, or it could just be flipped and New Zealand on India, or South Africa finally getting the revenge. Anything is possible right now. It's just स्ट्रेस तो बढ़ गया. अभी न्यूजीलैंड का नाम सुन के नो डाउट. लाइक अभी तक ऐसा सोच रहे थे शायद पाकिस्तान आ जाएंगे, ऐसा लग रहा था शायद श्रीलंका हरा देंगे. और अब जब न्यूजीलैंड का नाम उधर देख रहे अपन, द मोर लाइक वी डिस्कसिंग, द मोर वी लुकिंग एट द पास्ट, द मोर वी लुकिंग एट द प्लेयर्स, लाइक क्या बोलते की बैटल्स अगर आप देख लो, इट्स जस्ट गेटिंग स्ट्रेसफुल.
पाकिस्तान का क्या है मालूम, इट्स मोर ऑफ द आउटसाइड हाइप. यू विल गेट स्ट्रेस. अरे पाकिस्तान आके वहां से भी आवाज़ उठना शुरू कर देंगे. दैट स्ट्रेस कैन cause mistakes in the game or whatever, but on paper India is much better man for man. But against New Zealand I don't really think they're way better. They might be better in this World Cup, but man for man I think it's a very equal contest. It's a very equal contest because उनके पास भी horses for courses है. New Zealand के पास they have some aggressive batsmen too. They have batsmen who can anchor. Rachin Ravindra is a sensational.
They have a middle order batsman who can hold the fort in Daryl Mitchell, who did it against India. He got 100.
Williamson also, he's the best anchor in the world. There's nobody who can hold a fort better than him. Daryl Mitchell is even aggressive. He can switch gears. He's an excellent top-notch batter. But Latham आज number 7 पे आ रहा था. Chapman. Latham चला ही नहीं. Otherwise he's a very good player. Especially his record against India जबरदस्त है in India. So they have high quality players man for man. तो इसलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि बहुत अच्छा semi-final. That's what you want. I don't think you want a semi-final where you're playing a team where you are way better than, or like you want to play टक्कर का मुकाबला.
And that's what at the end of the day, all of this 8 consecutive wins is out the window, right?
It's out of the window.
Out of the window. You can't think about that and go.
But the thing is, the good thing is you've generated momentum. You've made a statement. You played some high quality cricket and you can feed on that. I think it's of course you can say out of the window. It's not going to make any difference if you going into the semi-finals. But थोड़ा confidence का रहेगा कि भाई हम लोग ऐसा cricket खेले. We now motivated. We will play New Zealand, and these are the same players who got knocked out in New Zealand so many times. So I'm sure the quality that they have, they will also have a game plan now, and 100%. It's more thing. But if you ask me, like if I'm looking from an India point of view, if there was one team which would give me a bit of nerves, it's New Zealand. But that's what I want too. I want to play the best team.
So if I do play this and win this, then final looks a bit more easier. Not easier, but yeah.
Like it'll be like
continuing your rhythm.
थोड़ा सा बहुत massive boost मिल जाएगा आपको semi-final जीत के. तो and then final आप home पे खेल रहे हैं and everything. वहाँ पे भी on the day अगर आप हार सकते. अहमदाबाद में everyone backing you 1 lakh, it can go the wrong way too. But it will give you a massive booster अगर आप न्यूजीलैंड को हार दिए.
Yeah, it's going to be incredible. Like, पाकिस्तान के लिए बुरा भी लग रहा है. अभी थोड़े बहुत चीज़ें सही चले आते तो वो भी आ जाते. लेकिन that would have been also fun just for like hypothetical situation. India Pakistan कैसा माहौल रहता था उसका भी. Eden Gardens में कोलकाता में पूरे fans पागल हो जाते थे यारो.
If Rohit Sharma wins this World Cup, would you rate him as good as Dhoni in terms of captaincy?
No.
Huh?
No.
No, because he's also won IPLs and he's also won. Then if you
won IPLs, but he's not won a T20 World Cup. He's not won that whatever. He's not made India the number 1 Test nation. He's not won the World Cup yet. He's not. What else has Dhoni done? Dhoni done incredible. He's won also 6 IPLs right now. So I mean, Dhoni is just different.
Williamson, though, you will agree, not he'll be better.
Williamson is a very good captain. I respect him a lot. Dhoni levels is doubtful.
I think he's miles ahead of everybody. Kane Williamson, but jo kya captain?
He's a very good captain. Like he has got New Zealand the glory with the Mace, of course.
He almost got his
in the
glory
final
too
in the World Cup. Yeah, and in the World Cup 2019 almost he got them there. Unfortunately, Ben Stokes
I think he's a masterclass captain.
I think like the England should have been stripped out of the World Cup.
No, but he's won the Test championship.
I thought he won the Test championship. He almost won the 2015 was he captain?
No, McCullum.
McCullum was captain.
But 2021,
the
he was in the
T20 World
final.
Cup. Yeah.
He was in the final of that.
But again, there's things that you almost won, and then there's Dhoni Bhai's trophy case, which has the trophy. So that's the difference there.
In terms of, no, that's what I'm saying. If he wins this World
If
Cup,
he
he's
wins
right.
it, I mean, I'll rate him as.
Miles
I already
ahead.
rate him as a fantastic captain.
I think he's the best captain. Kane Williamson is probably for me one of the best captains of all time. You can put him
Yeah,
in that thing.
he's
I know
very
that
good.
वो trophy वो फीका है तो इसलिए मेरे पास evidence मेरे पास नहीं है backup.
No, but I know what
आप
you're
उसकी
saying. जो
कप्तानी
changes
देखो.
बनाता उन्हें, जो changes लाता
बहुत
है, he's
crazy
smart.
and हम लोग बोलते हैं New Zealand punch above their weight. Half of it is because of his tactics and
his own batting.
And it's off the field preparation too. It's not just on the field. It's like on the field, of course, he's a master tactician. But you give him Jasprit Bumrah, Mohammad Shami, and
He'll turn them world beaters.
he's incredible. I think. Kane
But in that aspect, like the way Rohit Sharma is leading this World Cup, particularly, maybe not in the past few games, but this World Cup, जिस तरीके से Rohit Sharma is making certain calls, being a captain, then the Virat Rohit, partnership on the field looks brilliant. So that is also giving immense confidence to the team. I think Rohit Sharma जिस तरीके से utilize कर रहा है, he's getting changes proper. What he was not able to do that just before the bilaterals and stuff, he's finally getting that right in the World Cup. Siraj को कभी निकाल दे रहा, कभी शामी को ला ले रहा, कभी जड्डू को ला ले रहा, कुलदीप को अच्छा utilize कर रहा. So yeah, it gives confidence to me also that Rohit Sharma is capable of winning this World Cup. But yeah, Kane Williamson, fantastic. What a captain.
overall because हम लोग कोई भी chance नहीं देते हैं.
Equally, अगर आप on the other semi-final, देखो, Pat Cummins, man, what a friend. Everybody underrated this guy as a captain.
Yeah.
But he has retained the Ashes. I mean, yes, you could say Manchester played a very key role. बारिश हो गई थी उधर, but he did play a very good role there. He won the first one for them with the bat. Last thing, then you've got the he won one more thing, the Test WTC as well.
No, he's solid. But the thing with Pat Cummins, I'll tell you something which it's not don't take it as an insult. It's not an insult. It's actually a very, very good thing. He actually from what I've seen on the field, because I saw Australia play a few times. He doesn't really need to do the captaincy. It's Maxwell, like in the T20s, one days, and Smith and Test matches. Of course, Pat Cummins is the captain and everything, but it's not he lets people take control too, which is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. You see Maxwell's tactics coming into play. I think who is the vice captain? Maxwell?
Smith.
Smith is vice captain?
Yeah.
In the one days?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I seen Maxwell really involved in his
I think maybe one day Maxwell. I think Test was.
And then even Steve Smith is also really involved and things. So he has a lot of inputs, which is also a very good thing.
If you look at it from Rohit Sharma's side, he has Virat Kohli, he has Hardik Pandya, KL Rahul. I mean, every team probably has that.
No. I'm not talking about senior players. I'm saying they do
involved,
the field placement. Like Virat Kohli will go and talk to Rohit Sharma, but अगर आप रोहित शर्मा को देखो, Kane Williams को देखो, most of the time उन लोग चला रहे हैं. धोनी चलाता था. With Pat Cummins,
I think also the fact that he's a fast bowler.
Yeah, I know. I'm not it's not an insult.
But that still gives you how secure he is about himself.
Yeah. But Kane Williamson for me, a master tactician. I don't think I've seen a captain like that. He's outstanding.
Sunrisers को भी almost होने ला लिया.
Yeah, वो भी Warner नहीं था वो साल, right?
Yeah.
He's incredible, man, Kane Williamson, and as probably one of the best players in the modern era. I think he's right up there with Virat Kohli.
Of course, yeah. He's Babar's favorite player. I think Babar said that in the captain's meet. They asked him, "Who's your favorite player in this modern era?" He said Kane Williamson. I think Kane Williamson.
If you have that,
and one lovely guy as well. जिस तरीके से उन्हें बात करता, इज्जत दे के बात करता सबसे.
And maybe this is the decider to see who is the all-time right now modern generation all-format player of the thing. Because right now for me it's Virat Kohli, Kane Williamson neck and neck. Whoever wins this might take that thing, because all three formats they're ahead of the pack. They're both ahead of the pack.
You could probably say Ben Stokes if England came, but yeah, Ben Stokes right now is not here, so
no, but you don't put him in that category of
but just clutch more.
Yeah,
the guy,
no, I'm talking about
2020 में करा, almost did it in the Ashes, and then he did it in the ODI World Cup 2019.
Yeah, no, as a match winner, but I'm just saying, those 5-4, 5-5, all format के इन लोग दोनों बहुत ahead है, Williamson और
Fab 2 है ना,
Virat Kohli, they're way ahead, and maybe this tournament we'll see who is that overall thing. And I'll tell you again, Williamson does it in all conditions as well, bro. He goes everywhere. आप इंडिया में रखो, दुबई में रखो, आप न्यूजीलैंड में रखो, आप इंग्लैंड में रखो. He is always competing on all ends. Him and his whole team. They have such a unit that they are flexible for any conditions.
Correct.
That is the great thing about this unit. They're really good.
Even that test against England in New Zealand a year earlier also, that was a close game that they won by 1 run.
Yeah.
Maybe I think Williamson only performed, and then again in Pakistan he was fantastic. Yeah, I think जैसे तो बोले like from a cement to a wicket in New Zealand which is usually bouncy.
They won that
Yeah,
series against Pakistan,
against Pakistan,
the Test series.
I think they drew it. I can't remember.
1-0
Still
they
not.
won.
They won or they drew it. I'm not sure.
Acha. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Unhe, like all
They won
conditions,
the
all
ODL. I think
formats.
Pakistan won the test. I think.
He's a world-class captain, man, Kane Williamson. And now Rohit Sharma, this is going to be his biggest test of his whole captaincy period. Semi-finals, 1 billion
In the
people
words of
watching.
Rohit Sharma himself, one bad game and I'll be the worst captain of India.
Yeah, and that like
That is
I
right
won't
now,
agree
right?
with it, but
But
that's
I
what
won't
will
disagree
happen.
also, right? Yeah.
आप वर्ल्ड टेस्ट चैंपियनशिप फाइनल आपको याद है राइट उसमें भी उम्मीद कितने थे अब अभी तो और ज्यादा उम्मीद रहेंगे
क्यों घर
दिवाली
में
सीजन
है,
भी है
हाँ.
सेलिब्रेशंस आर गोइंग ऑन अब यहाँ पे अब जाके हार के तो बहुत बड़ा मसला होगा योर फेवरेट ओपनर्स वार्नर हेड क्यूडीके बवुमा Conway Rachin or Rohit. This guy has very good questions, man. That's why we ask you to come every single day. I like these questions.
So give the answer. Your favorite.
My favorite?
From whatever options punter gave you.
So he's basically saying from the 4 semi-finalists.
Who's the best?
Opening, yeah.
Best of.
Ben Stokes.
No, from the opening.
Yeah, Warner and Head, QDK Bavuma, Conway and Rachin Ravinda, or Rohit and Gill. Your favorite?
Rohit and Gill, I think I would go with just five from Gameto.
Mine is Quinton de Kock and Bavuma.
Yeah, this guy's been a fan of de Kock.
Bavuma also crazy, man. 25, 26, consistent, man. Every single
वो
time.
सिर्फ
He sets the platform. He
चित्तौड़ों
sets
तक
the
है
platform and then आके और लोग सोप कर देते हैं मेरे को.
But where does Pakistan go from here? So like now what's it for
Right now
them? What
they're
do they have
going
to? They're going to Dubai or they're going to, first they're going to go to Kolkata and play there. But like for their whole board, for their whole team, what's the best step forward now?
I don't want to say it, but they might have to change their management, their leadership, and everything like that. But I don't really want to say that because.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I think they're themselves criticizing in their country. कि भाई, the person who's not played cricket ever, he's getting a chance to be the PCB chief.
आपको मेन चीज ये तो करना है पहले आपको लाइक प्रॉपर कोचिंग स्टाफ लगाना है आपको प्रॉपर
कोच पहले रहना आपके कंट्री में
कोच रहना फिर आपका जो चेयरमैन है एक रखना है फिर उसका एक फॉर्मेट रहना आई थिंक द प्लेयर्स दे शुड बी मोर इन्वेस्टमेंट इन क्वाइद आजम ट्रॉफी दे शुड बी मोर इन्वेस्टमेंट इन द लोकल क्रिकेट एंड देन आफ्टर दैट look I think they have to change the captain but at the same time whoever you're going to make captain he's also going to have problems and where do they go I think again it's going to be drama it's going to be this that and then they will have a tournament where they'll come and win it or they'll come into the final वैसा रहेगा
but they need to start a process like Mustafa saying
can't.
right I think they need to like what we're suggesting or like what we feel
but you think that this has not been suggested before this has been suggested since 30 years even आप मेरे को बोलो जैसा अब इंडिया की टीम है we expected them to win more trophies than they have in the last 10 years the Pakistan team in the 90s what did they win apart from 92 what did they win they didn't win anything वो शारजाह के ट्राई सीरीज ले लो
then 2009 में T20 World Cup जीते
yeah and that team 90s का you take the team any day
yeah 100%
they're world class and I think that team was as good as Australia's team
99
yeah they were like really good 96 में they had a crazy team as well
yeah
right जो quarter final India से हारे that team was way better than India's team तो
But
अगर अभी आप मेरा यही है कि अगर वहां पे वो टाइम पे जो प्रॉब्लम्स थे अभी भी प्रॉब्लम्स है तो क्या रहेगा
आई मीन अभी क्या है अब इतना मीडिया एक्सपोजर हो गया अब तो लोग निकल के आके वो अब बोल सकते फाइनली एटलीस्ट वो जमाने में क्या है आप कुछ भी बिहाइंड क्लोज डोर्स करते थे अब आई थिंक 2017 जो चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी दैट सॉर्ट ऑफ हिट लाइक सॉर्ट ऑफ थोड़ा ठंडा रख दी थी पब्लिक को बट देन सरफराज को जब निकाले बट देन T20 कहीं ना कहीं छुप रहे अब आई थिंक ये 2020 वर्ल्ड कप के जो फाइनल में हारे एंड देन अब maybe अब now people will probably speak more about it but like basically हम लोग जो बोल सकते हैं the best thing is just from the top you need to start what India did with the chief selectors change करे and whatever they could do I think Pakistan need to just set up a procedure from the कायदे आज़म
ये बोलो अगर कैप्टन चेंज हो गया ठीक है और वो हो गया you think ये
it's not like immediately आप जीतेंगे आप
नहीं आप जीतेंगे भी हारेंगे मगर ये जो प्रॉब्लम्स आप बोल रहे हैं ये तो कंसिस्टेंटली रहेगा this is not going to go away
Yeah, I mean, देखो ये देश में भी
you
वही
have to
problem
accept
है वो देश
you have to accept the fact that
at least you can get certain figurines that are dependable, right? Like at least इधर अजीत अगर राहुल द्रविड़ they're still dependable, रोहित शर्मा लगुट का at least ये तीन में अगर
you're saying all right now but the semi-finals you're going to
अगर चीफ सेलेक्टर अगर कैप्टन और अगर कोच में at least माइनर सिंक रहा इन सिंक अगर ये टाइम जब मैं आपको बोल रहा था हाल में भी बोल रहा था कि भाई राहुल द्रविड़ रोहित शर्मा after the T20 World Cup I mean
2021
2022 बोल रहा हूँ मैं जो अपन हारे.
They were in that.
They were in that, yeah. I mean, but we still lost, right? Like, I
Yeah.
mean, then Chetan Sharma left, and then it looked like Rohit Sharma was not getting the team he wanted. This is the team that Rahul Dravid and Rohit Sharma are happy, and that's where Ajit Agar को आके थोड़ा बहुत बैक स्टेप लेके जो होना आपको ले लो बोला उन्हें. ऐसा लग रहा मेरे को, ये पर्सनली मेरा थॉट प्रोसेस कि भाई that's more माइंडसेट सिंक. लाइक अजीत अगर का ज्यादा इन्वॉल्व होता नहीं चीजों में.
मगर अगर वो सेमीफाइनल हार गए, राइट, या फाइनल हार गए, वर्ल्ड कप नहीं जीते, ये फिर आप वो ये आर्गुमेंट ट्विस्ट हो जाएगा कि भाई उसको अपनी टीम दे दिए उन्हें, फिर भी हार गया, ये हो
वो
गया,
तो फिर उनकी गलती है ना. अगर आप अपनी टीम दे रहे, मतलब लाइक अगर आप टूर्नामेंट खेल रहे, मैं आपको आपकी टीम दे दिया, उसके बाद आप मेरे को आगे बोल रहे मैं नहीं जीत पाया, देन आई विल बी लाइक अरे भाई मैं क्या करूं. मैं तो आपको जो रिसोर्स होना एज अ बोर्ड आप क्या कर सकते, आप सिर्फ टूल्स दे सकते. भाई विराट कोहली, शुभमन गिल, हार्दिक पांड्या चले गया, शामी, सिराज है, आपको श्रेयस भी मिल गया, फिट सब मिल गया. आपको जो होना था आपको मैं दे दिया.
अगर ये सेमीफाइनल हार गए, ठीक है,
प्रोवाइड, हाँ sorry,
आप you'll stick with this team management.
I will stick with this team management provided they don't change the template in the semi-final and play. They don't change the template in the semi-final and play. They don't become a defensive.
What if they're like forced to, like मतलब they get beaten, like like
if they get beaten by good quality bowling, that'll be evident. Even we're not stupid. अगर हालात उन लोगों के against है and Bolt इन वाकई उतनी अच्छी bowling करे, but the 9 games on the trot that India 9 बोलते जा रहा हूँ मैं, 8 on the trot जो जीते, you've never seen cricket like that in India in the last 2-3 years.
I think that if they win the semi-finals, then he might like let go of his captaincy or whatever, but he'll
That's
be.
his problem,
But if they lose, then what have this management achieved? Nothing. In the last since they.
But how long has the management been together? Since West Indies.
Which West Indies?
The Ajit Agar's inclusion.
ना घरकर को छोड़ो, राहुल द्रविड़, रोहित शर्मा बोल रहा हूँ मैं. अगरकर का कुछ भाई आप ही बोल रहे कोई रोल ही नहीं है उन्हें.
I immediately was like they've not achieved anything 100%. What they've achieved towards the end of the line, I would say, is mentality.
Yeah, but even Virat Kohli had that in his Test cricket. He changed the whole mentality of the thing. They competed away from home, but what did they achieve? Nothing.
I mean, they're only captain to win it in Australia.
Yeah, but that's it.
But yeah, but the quality of cricket, surely you have to agree, has risen up from all those times, right? Like I mean,
I agree with that. But I'm saying that
achievement आप कुछ कर नहीं सकते अगर नहीं हुआ वो achieve. But अगर achieve, like बोलते ना, certain matches you play hard and you lose, you still won't take that over the mentality of the team that gets changed.
मिसाल के तौर पे आप एक रन से हार गए, right? मैं आपको बोल रहा हूँ that question will rise कि what is they've done.
It will. भाई, but what you have to observe as a viewer, I mean, it's very hard in India to establish that view कि भाई जब तक आपको material नहीं दिखा आप believe नहीं करेंगे. मेरे हिसाब से अगर मेरे को ये टीम जिस तरीके से वर्ल्ड कप की, कोई वर्ल्ड कप आप उठा के इंडिया को देख लो, कभी इतनी खतरनाक क्रिकेट खेली नहीं. आई नो जीती हारी वो सब बाजू रख के मैं बोल रहा हूँ, खाली क्रिकेट पे ध्यान दो और बच्चों के टैलेंट पे ध्यान दो. और जिस तरीके से ये टैलेंट निकल के आया, उभर के आया है रादर इन दिस वर्ल्ड कप, आप पास्ट 2-4 बाइलैटरल्स उठा के देख लो, ऐसा इंडिया टीम नहीं.
बट अगर आप 2019 देखें,
and I would say it is a starting of a new era and a starting of a new system that India will instill, hopefully going into the next.
But if you see like 2019, right, that was also a very good team. Like I would say कि
और
वो भी आप away conditions में खेल रहे थे, right? Like आप conditions जो आपसे सूट नहीं होते, या like थोड़ा सा away, वहाँ पे आप ऑस्ट्रेलिया को मार रहे हैं, पाकिस्तान को मार रहे हैं, आप इंग्लैंड से हारे ठीक है, मगर you won quite a few good games over there as well. But the whole narrative changes in the country when you don't win anything. And I agree with you. That's why मैं Ken Williamson को I rate him as the best captain, higher than anyone, because I don't look at just the trophies. But that's now how the system here works. Because अगर उन्हें नहीं जीता.
If you're looking at me, a personally all-time favorite, Dhoni, based on what he's won, yes, but also Dhoni changed the whole system of Indian cricket in terms of the way they played cricket in a certain way. Like India would never take certain risks. That's what Dhoni instead. That's why that thing excites me more, the way India played under Dhoni. But yes, for me, this Rohit Sharma captaincy, this Indian team in this particular World Cup, जी आप bilaterals भी देख लो throughout the year, they smashed everyone. Who did they not smash? They smashed New Zealand, they smashed Sri Lanka, they almost won the WTC, though they lost the WTC, but they came in a final. These are positives, right? And they had major issues in that number 4 spot a whole year. But beside that, India has been dominant and period event. This World Cup, they've got the pack, they've got KL fit, they've got Shreyas fit, the missing puzzles, and then they've got a Bumrah who came back after 2 years. That's it. Like he has his whole squad. He can't say कि मेरे को team नहीं मिली. And this Indian team is dominating everyone, and hopefully they dominate till the final.
Yeah, no, I just looking at it.
I know what you're saying completely. The minute they're going to lose, probably I'm going to get angry as well. In the moment, but people will not remember the cricket that India played.
Of course
People
they
will
won't.
remember the
That is the
trophy.
problem.
That is the problem.
You won't remember it. Like आप
100%.
semi-final में
Like
we-
Ganguly was a fantastic captain. Ganguly
the best India ever
won,
had.
yeah, like according to Mustafa, he
Yeah.
got us to a 2003 final in the era where Australia was the most dominant team.
Yeah.
In the era where England was good enough, better than India, but
And he made players.
he
bro.
got a NatWest series of
ये
victory.
जो धोनी जीता 2011 में आधे इसके ही प्लेयर थे सौरव गंगुली के. He made these players, he got them like warriors, and he was a guy who would say he would go to different cities and this and that and pick players by I want Zahir Khan in my team.
Yeah.
I want this guy in my team, Ashish Nehra. I want Yuvraj Singh in my team. He took gambles in an era where it, like Indian cricket wasn't at its, and they were at the lowest.
Yeah.
When Dhoni became captain, yeah, you lost 2007 World Cup whatever, but it was still a very strong team. But that team when Ganguly took over in 2000, it wasn't that strong. ये सचिन ही एक था मगर उन्हें बनाया.
सचिन था, द्रविड़ था, लक्ष्मण था, दोस्त.
नहीं लक्ष्मण कहाँ था लक्ष्मण came when Ganguly was captain, right?
गंगुली का era बोले ना.
हाँ वही बोल रहा हूँ came like Ganguly के
हाँ गंगुली का.
मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ when he took over.
अच्छा when गंगुली took over captain.
Yeah. नहीं से
जब तो ना अभी जवाहरलाल ने नहीं.
खाली सचिन था like and then आप उसके बाद ये प्लेयरों को बनाया जो धोनी use करा जो use like everybody like benefited from. It's Sourav Ganguly, man. For me, he is the greatest captain India had. But people like Faiz and like a lot of people will not agree with me, and which is true because he doesn't have.
Like for me, अब देखो अब धोनी के era में he got Kohli, he got Shikhar Dhawan, he got Shami, he got Bumrah, he got so many players, even Dhoni. So what tendency of shifting the team from one captain to other will always happen, but then how the captain.
But that time, cricket in India, you had IPL, you had a lot of options. India was on a high. When Ganguly took over,
he found people from villages. He found people from villages.
Your captain got blacklisted. Nobody's watching cricket in your country anymore. They're saying screw cricket. Like खुला लोग छोड़ दिए थे cricket देखना. The low which he was at and thing. For Dhoni, it was of course he did very well, but it was much more compared to Ganguly. It was much more on the plate for him. That's what I feel. That's my argument.
जगमोहन दालमिया भी एक कुछ की टैलेंट डेवलपमेंटल विंग खोला था कहाँ क्या.
या उन लोगों का पार्टनरशिप बहुत अच्छा था दालमिया और गंगुली का. आप वो देखो आप उन्हें कौन सा स्टेज से लेके आए क्रिकेट को. आप लोग हमें अब इंडिया को देख रहे. Ganguly is a big part of that. Of course, the Kapil Dev is also a part of that and everything. But I didn't see Kapil Dev captain.
Even way back in time.
Yeah, but Sourav Ganguly is one of the guys, man. For me, Indian cricket, he kept.
But why? At the end of the day, it will be the material part that we all remember. It will be the fixtures in, trophies in the
that
cabinet.
Rohit Sharma has to win.
That means, Rohit Sharma has to win.
There is no option of losing.
Rohit Sharma right now has one of the strongest Indian teams. Would you agree? Ever one of the strongest Indian teams on paper.
It's a tough call. Bowling unit, yeah.
Okay, bowling unit and
batting unit. I don't know because I don't know. Like yeah, Dhoni had a pretty good all-round team too.
In 11, yes.
अच्छी team थी उसकी.
And he won.
Yeah, उसकी अच्छी team थी. So I don't know. But he has a very strong bowling unit. But batting, like Shreyas Iyer, KL Rahul. If I look at that middle order, I would take the Yuvraj, Raina, Dhoni. Yeah, I think that was Yuvraj Singh for me is
more years on them probably.
Yuvraj Singh is probably one of the
greatest
best Indian batter India ever had. One of the best, yeah. Like in terms of talent, there was after like Sachin and Rohit and all of them. Yuvraj, I would put him on Rohit Sharma's level. I think in terms of just pure talent. क्या crazy player था.
Now we've talked.
You saw what Yuvraj said in the podcast?
We're not friends. Like Mustafa tells me,
he said we're not friends.
Yeah,
no,
me and Dhoni are not such good friends. We used to just hang
colleagues.
We're colleagues. So
yeah,
that's what
like
Mustafa is like.
You saw that?
Yeah. The beer biceps, na?
Yeah.
तो उसमें अलूवालिया के पॉडकास्ट में आ गया युवराज सिंह सेड के हम लोग के खाली मैच के हद तक दोस्ती थी. I think he was being sarcastic, man, because they used to go to like fashion shows and stuff.
No, he's not being sarcastic. If you see Yuvraj's dad, he always swears at Dhoni, always calls him out every single time. Goes he is.
Seriously?
Yeah. All this started when Dhoni got the captaincy ahead of him. He's not like again, and also Yuvraj maintained that relationship, whatever, because he was playing with him. He didn't show it in the team. He didn't cause any problems like that, but he is not that close with Dhoni. Like this was a known thing.
I mean, at the end of the day,
Yograj Singh.
Yeah.
He said Dhoni. He's the only guy I've seen in the whole of India who rips into Dhoni. Like he freaking calls him out every single time. But 2019 World Cup, he's the only guy who came out and said कि धोनी की वजह से
run out जो आप भी एक है जो बोलते.
Yeah,
he slowed down the tournament. At the end of the day देखो भाई.
नहीं मैं तो बोला कि like मैच के हिसाब से.
मैच के हिसाब से पर्सनल
चला है.
वो नहीं करा.
Oh, no.
नहीं देखो भाई, at the end of the day कोई आगे जाएगा कोई पीछे जाएगा भाई. युवराज सिंह, yes, he played crucial role T20 World Cup में to help Dhoni. He played crucial role in the World Cup as well, so did Gambhir and everyone. But देखो धोनी probably किस्मत थी, World Cup जीत गया, had the guts to take out senior players, did that, won the Commonwealth thing, got more authority. 2011 जीत गया, then he just became the king of India, and now he has 6 IPL. So overall, you can't say that was a bad call. It's just he took the opportunity by both the hands, made certain brilliant players that are here till today.
100%.
So you have to give it to Mahendra Singh Dhoni.
He didn't make players though, but he was he know how to use players.
Exactly. And
like
bro, it's like decision making behind the stumps.
मैं आपको एग्जांपल देता हूँ, like for example ये केदार जाधव है, ये मोहित शर्मा, इन लोग कहाँ हो गए, कहाँ हैं इन लोग, right? Like नहीं है कहीं भी, because Dhoni knows how to, like he knows how to utilize the players. Like he wouldn't, like I don't think he's like a Ganguly type. He doesn't have a scouting eye like Ganguly or anything like that. But on the field, he knows how to get the best out of you. I feel if I played for India, maybe I would also get wickets. He's that kind of, he instills confidence. He knows how to. He's a very good utilizer of resources. Yeah, like and that's the thing.
Yeah,
but that was also went to his downfall, like in 2015, 2016, where he took some of the players he's more comfortable with rather than go on informed players. But in general, he one thing he had over everybody is जो उसके resources थे, he knows how to maximize.
Like अब देख लो, चेन्नई में भी उन्हें ऑक्शन में 2 या 3 प्लेयर उठाता, राइट? और उसको मालूम है कि भाई मेरे गेम प्लान के हिसाब से ये लोग चलने वाला है. बिहाइंड द स्टंप्स जो उसकी रीडिंग है, फील्ड चेंजेस है, विद इन स्प्लिट सेकंड, और फिर बॉल वहीं जाता. सो दीज थिंग्स दैट धोनी हैड द की ऑब्जर्वेशनल आई. जो उससे मुसा बोल रहा, मे बी डजंट हैव द बेस्ट स्काउटिंग एबिलिटी कि भाई ये प्लेयर बनेगा, ये बनेगा, बट प्लेयर बनाने इन द सेंस ऑन इन हिज टीम अगर है, वो बंदे को इतना बैक करेगा, वो बंदा प्लेयर बन जाएगा. लाइक उसके लिए खेलने के लिए मर जाएगा कि भाई मैं जान दे दूंगा. जैसा वो बच्चा था तुषार देशपांडे, नो वन वुड हैव गिवन हिम बॉलिंग आफ्टर दैट स्पेल ही बोल्ड अगेंस्ट आई डोंट नो हु इट वाज, बट उन्हें बेन स्टोक्स आके सहलाया उसकी पिट के, उसके बाद बंदा जाके 23 विकेट लिया इन द आईपीएल.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like अब वो तुषार देशपांडे अगर आरसीबी में चले गया,
दीपक चहर को तो इंडिया चांस नहीं दे रही, धोनी चांस दे रहा.
अगर these players, that's what I'm saying, because क्यों नहीं चांस दे दी? Because उन लोग नहीं कर सकते परफॉर्म वैसा, like because he has that ability to get the best out of them.
Yeah, that's what. So that man.
आप मोइन अली को देखो आरसीबी में और उसको देखो चेन्नई में. आप शिवम दुबे को देख लो आरसीबी में और उसको देखो अभी चेन्नई में. आप वो कौन है, डेविन कॉनवे का देख लो, गायकवाड को देख लो, इन लोग पूरे धोनी के अंडर. ही नोस हाउ टू यूटिलाइज.
Exactly. So वही है कि भाई एट द एंड ऑफ द डे अब रोहित शर्मा के ऊपर इमेंस प्रेशर तो रहेगा. आई एम प्रीटी श्योर उन्हें भी न्यूजीलैंड देख के थोड़ा उसको हुआ होगा शिट बोल के, बट
ये मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ, अगर मैं हूँ if I am the Rohit Sharma, if I'm the Indian team, this is what I want. I want to play against the best team in the tournament.
Yeah, played off fast, finish the harder exam fast, and then the final.
Play the best teams, and you have now the top 4 teams in the tournament, each all against each other, and whoever wins will win the tournament. And this is what you want. I would rather do that than play like maybe Netherlands in the semi-final.
What about the other side of this? I mean, we spoke about Kane Williamson, his captaincy. We spoke about South Africa, जो underdog है in all of these things. Would you consider him to be the underdog in these 4 teams?
Yeah,
right?
South Africa and New Zealand को consider करेंगे in both semi-finals as underdogs, but they have a very very good chance. Like
South Africa, if they can play the template that they started with, the smashing the 400s, and that, then they are definitely in.
Problem एक ही है, वो match है कैलकाटा में. That might
and what they already faced in India.
Yeah, but the thing is also Australia are not that too comfortable in those conditions. Like Shamsi Maharaj को खेलना वो conditions में भी आसान नहीं होगा. So like that will be interesting. I think that's a 50-50 game.
The funny thing, like I would actually want to play Reza Hendricks in that Kolkata game because he can bowl also, and he can bowl wicket to wicket like Jaddu.
Yeah, it's a good option, but unfortunately,
but Babuma
he's not going to get a game, bro. I don't think.
As Langer said, never even count India.
As Langer said, never ever count India out. I guess we can say the same thing for Aussies in World Cup. Their mentality, they're the strongest mentality.
Yeah, 100%. These guys, like you can call them arrogant, but they never stop backing themselves. That's the best thing I find about this Australian mentality. In sports in general, आप देख लो, they never seem to quit. They keep wanting, never gave up. Like आप कुछ भी बोल रहे, if you ever ask them like Musa and me or saying like spinner नहीं, they never said नहीं spinner नहीं, अरे बैगन में मिल गया नहीं, जितने बोला रहा है बस एक मैक्सवेल आके डाल देता, बस है हमारे को. Like that's how they are. Right? They will never let their guard down.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. अब देखो, this is the era.
Look at Postecoglou in Tottenham. He's an Aussie as well.
Yeah, I mean this era of Australian cricket, you say it's declined, it's dipped, and everything, which is very true if you compare it to the 90s, 2000s. But they're in the semi-final again,
And they won. They
and
just
they just
retained the
won the.
Ashes. They won the WTC.
Yeah, well, like they are right at.
Female wise, देख लो McLaren.
Yeah, she retired today.
Yeah, and she won like how many? 5 World Cups.
Yeah, she retired, man.
Yeah, I saw. I
That's
was
very
reading.
sad.
Yeah,
She's only
sad.
31.
She's definitely one of the greatest captains. Like,
Yeah, but that's the thing with
I
Australia.
never knew her record. Like I started watching women's cricket just last year, or like towards the last 2022 के ending में WPL जीत गई उन्हें क्या की फोड़ दी उन्हें.
Yeah, she's the greatest woman cricketer, man, for me. Like, but yeah, Australia का like अभी भी देखो, this is why the Australian team, even New Zealand, these guys they always find ways to win, even if they don't have the 100% like team. Like India, they used to struggle in the 90s, 2000s and stuff. Pakistan are struggling now, but Australia, like whatever team they have, they've maintained this coming into knockouts, and people are scared of them. अगर आप अभी बोलो किसी को भी पूछो इंडिया में मेरे अलावा सब बोलेंगे ऑस्ट्रेलिया से नहीं खेलना है. I would say खेलना है न्यूजीलैंड से नहीं खेलना है. Like, but you know all that fear of Australia is still maintained despite no Magra, no Shane Warne, no Gillespie, no Ricky Ponting, no Adam Gilchrist, Matthew Hayden. वैसे प्लेयर नहीं है उन लोगों के पास अभी. David Warner और Matthew Hayden में जमीन आसमान का फर्क है मेरे हिसाब से. But still David Warner is there. He's there, and like Mitchell Marsh is there. Pat Cummins is there. Yeah, Stark. Yeah, and Stark, bro. Like at times I say खत्म हो गया बोलते हैं. सब बोलते हैं.
Last year बोल दिए थे.
हम लोग सब बोलते हैं. Stark खत्म हो गया मगर जिंदा आ आता उन्हें कहीं से भी. Zampa, he's probably the best leg spinner in the world in the last 3 years. Right now, I think Kuldeep is above, but in terms of he's just next level. But like if you say in the last 2-3 years, Zampa is.
Yeah, and अभी हम जिंदा है से याद आया Maxwell bro that guy single-leggedly won.
Did you see the thing what ICC posted
about what?
About Maxwell?
No.
With the Undertaker
theme. Yeah. But Undertaker strike out करके Big Show डाल दिए.
Yeah, Big Show, because they call him the Big Show. Maxwell. So that's the thing with this Australian team. They do have the talent, but more than that, they have the mindset, man.
Yeah, man. Their just mentality is next
level.
level.
But it's not the Australia of the 90s, so I still give South Africa a chance in this semis.
Oh, and South Africa, the way they've arrived to this party of World Cup, अगर आप शुरू से उनके games देखो, they came in announcing a 400 with Markram and Klaasen and Quinton de Kock just went bonkers. अगर South Africa can just get that temperament back, what they started out with. I know Pakistan से like लंगड़ते जीते, India से बहुत बुरा हाल में हारे. कल रहेगा उन लोगों के लिए एक type of practice रहेगा कि भाई match situation will get back to their feet, get back to their hitting ways, and I'm pretty sure Aiden Markram will probably not want to do what he did against India again in Kolkata. He was the most upset player the minute he got out. He was like very upset, depressed हो गया था उन्हें.
Right.
जब उन्हें out हुआ था against India, he was shaking his head. He's like, shit, man, नहीं expect. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's wanting another chance to redeem himself. Also, Klaasen, like
this team is a very good player of spin. South African team. I know India के खिलाफ Jadeja ripped through them,
bro, yeah, like,
but like they're good team of spin. So I think in these conditions against Australia, they have that also. They have that advantage. But it'll be a very good game. And like Patrick Singh Smith and Manas also can get up from the grave. These are two very important one-day players. अगर Smith 100 मार दिया semi-final final में, then उन्हें अभी भी. And that's what I'm saying. Like with these kind of teams, especially Australia and South Africa, some players have not really performed. Like you see Bavuma, you see. Smith. These guys have not really, and they still have that room for improvement. And if that happens in the knockout, then we're gonna say, "Wow, क्या player है."
बिल्कुल, and all क्या बोलते capability है वो होने के लिए, all the chances are there for those things to happen. And if they do, then that's where India will probably be a little taken aback, because like अगर पूरे एकदम से उड़ गए, then it becomes much more tough competition. Like even Devon Conway अगर आ गया party को in New Zealand, and then उन लोगों की एक अच्छी partnership चली गई 100 not 120 Rachin Ravindra Ryan, which are more than capable of happening. Then you've got Glenn Phillips who can smash a few sixes in the middle.
For one thing, for India, my only concern is that when Hardik Pandya is not there, right? So that's my only concern कि जब जडेजा अगर आउट हो गया और जल्दी आ गया शमी, तो फिर कैसा सिचुएशन रहेगा, स्पेशली इन द चेस. मेरे को वही देखना पड़ेगा. Even batting first, that's the only thing. But that is not like something I would think of if I'm
India right now. You will back your strengths.
But I'm just saying from my point of view, that's the only thing. Otherwise, this team has.
इसलिए तो मैं like शुरू से वही एक ही चीज बोल रहा हूँ. Like Rohirat, like they have to, like those Rohit and Virat.
But the thing is, I still feel that's not a weakness. It's just that it's a thing that can be exposed, because in a knockout game, if you have things, but there's nothing you can do about it. There's just on the day you need your players to step up, which they're doing throughout the World Cup.
Exactly.
And it's not such a glaring weakness that it's getting exposed every game, right? It's not.
Because the batting right now, till now, thank God, is very strong. The Rohit,
And
Virat,
everybody is
etc.
performing. It's not just Rohit and Kohli.
Yeah,
Shreyas
exactly.
Iyer is
KL has
contributing.
performed
Rahul
well.
is contributing. Aapke Surya contributed against England. Everybody is contributing. That is the big positive right now.
100%. I mean, 6-7 batters is enough in an ideal old-fashioned ODI team. You would have 7 or 8 batters max, 7 batters max. Wicket keeper के बाद तो बैटिंग होती भी नहीं थी. तो I think वो हिसाब से अगर आप देख रहे, yes, it's fine.
प्रॉब्लम यही
But
कि
the
opposition
only
के
thing
पास
is,
ज्यादा
if they get opened, that is the only thing. If India get opened, then what is the
And when you're playing in Wankhede,
counter-attacking plan? वो situation.
yeah, when you're playing in Wankhede, like someone like a New Zealand will look to be much more aggressive in terms of their batting intent, and Rohit Sharma will also. But if it goes south, then you'll get exposed earlier.
What
than
is the
New
plan
Zealand
B?
because
That
of
is
the
where
peak,
you
yeah.
have to see कि भाई plan B क्या है? What's your counter options? Do you make certain changes? देखना पड़ेगा.
We'll just take the last few comments before we close. PCB currently have 4 options for captaincy forward: Sarfaraz Ahmad, Rizwan Shaheen, and Shan Masood. Who do you think is the best option from the 4? You know what the biggest problem in this is?
There is all regionalism in this.
No. Like, regionalism is there, of course, but Sarfaraz and Shan Masood are options, and they're not even in the team.
Yeah, that's
That is the biggest problem I have with these options.
I mean, are these options official or like are these like Ibrahim Bhai's options? That's also one
No, I
question.
think this is like from sources also they're
Sources.
saying
अच्छा.
like even Sarfaraz is
Yeah.
का नाम आ रहा. But
I
my
think the
biggest
most-
problem is कि भाई ये जो 2 आप प्लेयर ले रहे हैं उन लोग है ही नहीं टीम में.
Exactly.
तो अगर नहीं है टीम में 2 बोल सकते हैं. एक चीज आप कैसा बना रहे कैप्टन जब नहीं खेल रहे, या आप ऐसा बोलते हैं कि उन लोग केपेबल है मगर आप उन लोग को बिठा के रख रहे बिकॉज करंट टीम नहीं पसंद करते हैं उन लोग को. तो इसमें कुछ दाल काला है, गड़बड़ है इसमें.
correct, बिल्कुल.
My biggest problem with these options is that only कि 2 are not even in the team. I don't like. I'm not saying they're not capable. Shan Masood, Sarfaraz तो has won the Champions Trophy. But अगर उन्हें current team में नहीं है, आप उन लोग option कैसे बना रहे हैं?
सिर्फ एक टेस्ट टीम में था उन्हें करंट. अगर करंट वो लास्ट जो ने न्यूजीलैंड के अगेंस्ट खेला था, इंग्लैंड के अगेंस्ट भी आई थिंक.
हाँ, मगर उसमें भी उन्हें like he was
वो
back
जो
up, right?
बचते मारा था, देखो 50 मारा था, सर्फी बचा के जिताया था ना, फिर नसीम जो आया तो उसमें तो था, उन्हें खेला था. बट अगेन लाइक वनडे सर्किट में तो था.
श्रीलंका में तो नहीं खेला,
खेला उन्हें कहीं भी नहीं.
टेस्ट सीरीज
नहीं था. श्रीलंका में नहीं खेला.
तो वही प्रॉब्लम
इमाम था साउथ
और
का.
आप वनडे T20 तो नजर ही नहीं आ रहा उन्हें.
Yeah, and I don't think even शादाब को consider करेंगे as captain right now. Though he's the vice captain, I mean that's someone you would eventually call upon. Like if the captain is getting dropped, then the vice. But I think they don't even have trust in Shadab.
If you want to handle the media, then you pick Shan Masood. If you want,
I think if you want to just be safe, you pick Shaheen.
The safest option is Sarfaraz only, but he's not in the team. That's the only problem.
I mean, you can come back into the team. Shan Masood and Sarfaraz Ahmed have been called by PCB to meet in regard to being captain. But like Shan Masood का तो मेरे को idea नहीं है. Like उन्हें कैसा रहेंगे as a captain. He did play I think in Sri Lanka, right? Mustafa Shan Masood.
Yeah, he knows how to handle media.
He can speak, but like again, it's just how they're going to come to that. I think Babar will gracefully move. I think Babar is not one of those who's going to have a problem in it. I think he'll just say, "ठीक है भाई, मेरे को chance मिला बस." Like that's what I feel about Babar. I don't know how Babar is behind the scenes, but just from what I can perceive, like he'll be like, "ठीक है, हो गया ना खत्म."
नहीं बोल सकता हूँ मैं. Like of course he'll be upset, but I don't know.
I mean, he had a chance to captain in T20 World Cup.
But यही नहीं होना कि भाई आप देखो अब सरफराज को ले लिया, फिर सरफराज आके उन्हें like
बाबर को ड्रॉप कर दिया.
वो प्रॉब्लम और आते ही है. वो you have to also as a team accept your new captain, whoever it is.
Yeah, and again, Pakistan, no matter who the captain is, the first thing Pakistan has to do is learn how to workload manage. I think the problem in this World Cup for them is they've exhausted all their resources. नसीम शाह को आप इतना खिला दिए, शोल्डर ही उसका बैगन में मिल गया. उसके बाद आप हारिस रॉफ को इतना खिला गए, ओपलिक इंजरी से वापस आया उन्हें इन द एशिया कप. तो आपको वर्कलोड मैनेजमेंट तो सीखना पड़ेगा. छोटे छोटे टीम बना के खिलाओ, धानी को खिलाओ, जमान को खिलाओ, अबरार को खिलाओ. अबरार को तो डेवलप करो भाई. अबरार
मतलब आप चांसेस दो अलग अलग सीरीज
अलग कंट्रीज में लेके जाओ. एक ही टीम को आप खिलाते जाओगे तो फिर आपके पास कोई.
अभी उन लोग ऑस्ट्रेलिया का सीरीज आ रहा, मेरे को आज तक नहीं मालूम उनके कौन बॉलर लेंगे वो. आई डोंट नो.
और उसमें भी अगर आप शाहीन इन लोगों को खिलाए तो then you just know you're going back to the same mistakes.
But yeah, I think that wraps it up we'll come back again tomorrow, and this next 2-3 days me and Fez will we'll generate ideas and get you content on Instagram, Twitter, socials as well, because we have a lot to discuss of the group stages. So we'll have a discussion on the group. We'll review the group stages hopefully Sunday night.
3 battles हैं, बहुत सी चीज़ें
Yeah,
हैं भाई
Sunday
अभी तो।
night we'll review the group stages with you guys live, but we'll have Instagram shorts, this, that, about the top individual performances, the top stuff from we've seen from the tournament so far. We'll start putting that now, because after Sunday, then we're going to be busy with the semifinals. So we'll get everything for you, and yeah.
Just like what
button, subscribe
what's the
button.
date today? 8th, 9th, and
Yeah.
we've got 10 days exactly for the World Cup to finish.
10 days, yeah. So let's enjoy these 10 days and have fun. Hopefully we get nail biting semifinals. आप लोग कल जुड़िए हमारे साथ after the South Africa Afghanistan game. Thank you so much. Notification की घंटी मार दो.
Yes, चलिए, thank you so much everybody. Good night.
Bye.